Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kwame Osei. I'm here to discuss with you the topic, the ancient Egyptian origins of the Akans of West Africa. Yes. I have studied linguistics at the University of Cape Coast and at the University of Ghana, Legon. And I have taught English in both Ghana and Nigeria. It was when I was teaching in Nigeria that I wrote to the Oxford University that an example they gave in the Oxford English Dictionary, repeat, Oxford English Dictionary, after defining the term tense, is wrong. That example was that after defining the tense, they said, for example, that I am sleeping is present tense, I will sleep is future tense, and I have slept is past tense. And I wrote to them that I have slept is not past tense. In the first place, you cannot say a sentence is past tense. You must say the sentence is in the past tense. And that I have slept is in the present tense, perfective aspect, present tense, perfective aspect. And that you cannot join the tense to aspect and get a new tense. I explained to them that if I have slept is a past tense, then what is its present tense rendition? So I told them that I have slept is a present tense, perfective aspect, and its past tense rendition is I had slept. So they made a change in the Oxford English Dictionary, but they did not send me any money for what I have done. They wrote to me that the dictionary belongs to a different company, not the university. But that is quite all right. Apart from the Advanced Universal Grammar, I've also written The Ancient Egyptians Are Here, which is the main book we are going to discuss today. Then, the ancient deities of the Akans, the cover of which has the goddess Asor. In the Bible, it is spelled Hazor, or sometimes Hathor, but it's all Asor. Then, the ancient Egyptian origins of the English language, which shows that the ancient Egyptian origins of the English language proves that the ancient Egyptians or the Akans stayed in England. The place we now call England or Britain was a colony of ancient Egypt. So the ancient Egyptians left their language there. So the English language we speak today contains many Akan words or ancient Egyptian words. I've also written Civilization Began in Africa, which the title of which is explicit by itself. Then 20th century freedom fighters of African descent, which shows the people who fought for the blacks in the 20th century from America to Africa. Thank you. So we are going to discuss the topic that the Akans or the ancestors of the Akans were the original ancient Egyptians. The Akans up till today call themselves people of the Ka. So one may hear an Akan saying, "Enimguase mfata kaniba," or "Uhia nama kani yabwa," or "Miye kani kron kron," or "Kani chadie ji asida." Now, Ka, what is the meaning of Ka? Right? Okay. the meaning of Ka is spirit in ancient Egypt. And the hieroglyphic sign, okay, for Ka is the hands, the raised hands of a praying person. This is the hieroglyphic sign of the word Ka, which means spirit. Yes. So we can see that when the Akan says that he is Akani, Miyakani, he's saying that I'm a spiritual person. The ancient Egyptians had a word, na, which means of or pertaining to. So the ancient Egypt itself was called Kana. And we see this by reading the book okay, focusing. Okay. One, two, three, four. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. The New Bible Dictionary, written in 1986. This Bible dictionary tells us that ancient Egypt conquered the lands beyond the Red Sea and the Mediterranean Sea and called the place Canaan. C-A-N-A-A-N. Now, it was only a little place that was called Canaan. Then when they conquered further, they called, they say, all the land Canaan lands. So in the Bible, you will see that Canaan lands means lands belonging to Cana or ancient Egypt. So the name they were calling themselves, the ancient Egyptians were calling themselves, before the Greeks called them Aegyptus, was Cana. And that is why the lands they had conquered were called Canaan, what people now call Cana. So Cana is an English pronunciation of Canaan, or belonging to Cana. That is belonging to ancient Egypt. Yes. So if you take Cana, that was the elite pronunciation of their country's name. And the ordinary people, the market women, the farmers, and the ordinary people call themselves Africa. So Canaan and Africa have the same meaning, belonging to the spirit, or being spiritual people, or being religious, as you may say today. If you remember Genesis chapter 43, verse 32, Joseph threw a party for his brothers, and when he invited the Egyptians, they said, no, we are too religious to sit at table with these unreligious people. It is an abomination. The King James Bible said that the Egyptians said it is an abomination for us to sit down at table with these people. So being Cana or Africa means being a religious person. Yes. That na is still used among the Akans. So the clans of the Akans are Akwana, Asuna, Agona, this na. There are many clans there used to be 12 clans, and they all ended in na, na, na. So, Asona, for example, means people of Aso, the goddess Aso. Agona means people of Ago. Aduana means people of Adu, and such others, etc., etc. Now, when the Akans came to West Africa, they called themselves Amina, which means people of Amin. And this is written down by Proten in his book Grammatical Introduction to Fanti and Accra, Copenhagen, 1764. So, in this book, Proten says that the Fanti language is called Amina or Fanti. Then he goes on to say that some Amina people, the Kwaus, kill many elephants. The Fantis are on the seashore, and the Kwaus are more than 100 miles inside Ghana. So, if both of them are Amina people, then it means Amina people refer to their accounts. So, we see that to say Amina means that the people of Amin, just like Ekona, Asuna, and Aduana means people of the gods of the clans. Yes. Now we can go back to the historical aspect of all that we are saying. And we can begin with Herodotus, the father of histories, who said that Egyptians were the first people to reckon in years, which means that in the olden days, one could get old and die without knowing how many years he had clocked, because there were nothing like years. It was the ancient Egyptians who studied the stars and came out with 12 constellations, making 1 year. And after that, he said the constellations were named after ancient Egyptian gods. And then later on, the Greeks borrowed the knowledge. So Herodotus says that it is the ancient Egyptians who gave the whole world the calculation of the year. And after the months, they established the 7 days. And they gave what he called appellation of 7 gods to the 7 days. The appellation of the 7 gods in Akan are Sunday, Aisi, Monday, Jo or Ajo, Tuesday, Be, Wednesday, Awuku, Thursday, Yawo, Friday, Afi or Bosumafi, Saturday, Amen. These are the appellations of the gods which have been used to name the 7 days of the week in ancient Egypt, and which the accounts have carried to where they are now, thousands of years after the gods named these 7 days, or established the 7 days and named each of them after an ancient Egyptian god. Even the Jews or the Israelites of today, they do not have God's names for their 7 days. The 7 days are named. Sunday is the first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day, and seventh day or Sabbath day. That is how they name their days of the week. So throughout the world, it is only the Akans who have the names of gods for each of the 7 days of the week. And the interesting thing is that the god owns the day in such a way that if you are born on that day, you belong to that god. So all the people born on Sunday belong to the god of Sunday, who is called Aisi. Then the name Aisi was divided into two, Ayi and Asi. So we have Kwayi and Kwasi. Kwayi gave the name Kwei because of what we call vowel harmony in Twi. The sound A changes to A when it is followed by E. So instead of Kwayi, we say Kwei. Please observe that the sound A changes to A also in Ba, come, and Di, eat. Instead of Badi, we say Bedi. The A changes to A. So that is how Kwayi changes to Kwei. Then we have Kwasi. Then after that we have Be. We have Ajo, which gives us Kwajo. Indeed, all people born on Monday belong to the god Ajo. So if you are a man, we call you Kwajo. If you are a woman, we call you Ajoa. And then all people born on Tuesday belong to the god Be. So we say Bena, the same na which is in Ekona, Asuna, Adriana. So Bena means belonging to Be. So Benada means the day belonging to Be. So all people born on that day are, if you are a man, you are called Kwabena. If you are a woman, you are called Abena. Then we go to Awuku, whose festival day is called Awukude. So if you are born on Awuku's day, which is Wednesday, you are called Kwaku. That is Kwa Awuku, which have been fast tracked to give us Kwaku. The real name should be Awuku. Then if you are a woman, you are called Akua or Akuba, means the child of Awuku. Then we go to Thursday. Thursday is the god that has three different names. And the first name is Yah, which is found in old books as Y-A-H. That Yah is what gives us the name Apia. Api is the ancient Egyptian name of River Nile, and Yah is the Akan god of Thursday. So Apia means River Nile and Jehovah, because it is the same god Yah who is now called Jehovah. The second name of that Yah is Yao, which we still give to our children born, our men born on Thursday. Then we have Yahweh. Yahweh appears in the Bible as Yahweh, which means the sound air has been changed to or, and this follows the process, the historical process in linguistics, which is called backing. The theory of backing in linguistics states that a front vowel can move back to become its back counterpart if it operates near a labial consonant. The labial consonants are consonants produced with the application of the lips. The lips are what the linguists call labials. So labial consonants are like examples of labial consonants are b, p, f, w, etc. So we can see that in Yahweh, the air is operating near the consonant w. Therefore, the consonant can go back to become or. So the Akans call Yahweh today Yahweh because of the way near which the sound air was operating. Other examples of backing are the name Jamfi. Jamfi, we can see that the female version is called Jamfua, not Jamfiwa, because the E, which is a front vowel, is operating near F, which is a labial consonant. So the E has changed to U because of the F and the W, around which the E is operating. So Jamfi has become Jamfu Wa. Then the word Bisa is pronounced by some Busa because the E is operating nearby, which is a labial consonant. So we have Busa. Now, the word Benkum is now pronounced by some Bonkum because the A, which is a front vowel, is operating nearby, which is a labial consonant. So the A has moved back to become O. In the same way, Yahweh, which is the name of the Akan god of Thursday, has got its air, that's the last sound, changed to O because of the W, which is a labial consonant, near which air is operating. So the name Yahweh in the Bible is what the Akans now call Yahweh, which is the god of Thursday. Because the gods, people born on the days of the gods belong to the gods, we have names like Sunday, which is Isi. We have a name like Asibi, which means the child of Isi. Then we have Biama, Ama's child. We have Bia, Ya's child. The child means that you belong to that God. See? So there is no people in this world who have the 7-day week named after gods, and in whose clan the gods, the people born on each day belong to the day of the gods, not even the Israelites. So the Akans were the original ancient Egyptians. And we want to say that the Akans still worship the god Amen, who was the god of gods in ancient Egypt. Because up till today, when the Akans are pouring libation, we say, Ochedi ampon nsa o amonwia nsa. That Ochedi ampon means the one on whom you can rely without the fear of slipping away or slipping down. That is God. That's an appellation for God. After that, they call the God on whom you can rely. They say Amonwia. That Amonwia is made up of Ammon, another name for Amen, and then Wia, another name for Ra. So the god was either called Amen-Ra or Amonwia. Now, why does the god have two names? The reason is that among the Akans, every religious entity has two names. So Ammon was also called Amen. One name is for the spiritual aspect of the entity, and the second name is for the physical aspect of the entity. So when people say Amen, they consider Amen to be the spiritual aspect of Ammon. When people say Ra, they consider Ra to be the spiritual aspect of We or Wia, the sun. In the same way, you can see that the brain in a human being is called Amen, or Adwin, Ajin is the spiritual aspect, and Amen is the one you see when an animal is killed. The white matter is what we call Amen, and the power of the Amen is called Ajin. The chest is either called Kuku, Ukuku, or Ubo. So, when the generals say Ukuku Apai, it's Ukuku Apai. Kuku and Bu are the two names. Kuku is for the physical chest, and then the Bu is for the spiritual aspect of the chest. If you take the hands that we use, our hands, we call them Nsa or Ba. So when you say Minsamu Abu, it means you have a fractured hand. Your hand has got a fracture. But if you say Mabamu Abu, it means you have been discouraged. You have been discouraged. So we have two names for each entity which is religiously significant. That is why the god Amen also has another name, Ammon. And that is why Ra has another name, Wia. And that is why Yahweh has another name, Yao. And that is why the sky is called Asar or Osur. It is because the sky is called Asar that we call the place where we are living Asar Asi. Asar Asi means under Asar. That is the Akan word for the earth. So in Egypt, in ancient Egypt, and still among the Akans today, we have two names for each word which is religiously important. There are a lot of hieroglyphics that we have carried to the Akans today, and some may be found in our Adinkra symbols. This sign, for example, is Ankh. Ankh. And you see that it is called Ankh, life. Today, the other word for life is called Nkwa. This shows that Ankh was the spiritual aspect of life in ancient Egypt, and Nkwa was the physical aspect. Nkwa, Ankh, gives us the name Ankara, which means the living God. And it's made up of Ankh and Ra. The circle represents Ra, and it still represents God in the Adinkra symbols, which we call Adinkrahine, or the chief of all Adinkra signs. That's the circle. The circle represents God, not only because the Ra represents the sun, but also because the circle has no end. There's no place where it begins, and there's no place where it ends. So it represents God. Yes. We can see these hieroglyphics. It is the hieroglyphics of Amin-Ra, which was the name given to the god of gods in ancient Egypt. Ra means God, and then Amen was the original god of gods in ancient Egypt. So those who know that the creation story in the Bible is from ancient Egypt know that the God mentioned in Genesis chapter 1 is Amen. So we shall end here with these hieroglyphics and continue next week and with more hieroglyphic signs to prove that the Akans were the original ancient Egyptians. Thank you very much.